It's like lukewarm. Let's see how long it takes to warm up. I bought these submersible lights for in the hot tub. Hey? Cool. So the hot tub's been running for about an hour now, and it's not quite warm enough yet, so we're gonna make some pancakes. By that time, hopefully everything will be good to go. Pancakes in a hot tub in the morning. Now this is van life. It's in moments like this here this morning that I wish I would have discovered van life way back in the day, because I think this would have changed the game on how I live my life, because I didn't know what I'm doing here right now was even an option in my life. That I could be out here beside a creek, making pancakes for breakfast, about to soak in an off-grid hot tub that's sitting outside warming up right now, and pack up my camp and drive to town, grab a coffee at the coffee shop, and still make it to the shop by 8:30 in the morning. You can't see the temperature down there, but it looks like it's 45 degrees Celsius. Things look good. There it floats. I thought I was gonna sink. Sweet. Oh, so warm in here. Pancakes and a hot tub in the morning. So yeah, it took about an hour and a half to get it back up to a really good, comfortable temperature from sitting outside overnight, which isn't too bad if you really look at it. It's better than the 4 and some hours it took to heat up yesterday. Oh, good morning, everyone. This was way worth it. So it's not really quite hot enough this time in the morning. I would say a good 2-hour heat up time in the morning is probably best, which is a substantial amount of time if you think about it. But still, I got to edit this morning while my hot tub warmed up. Yeah, all right. We're gonna pack up camp and head down the road. You know, if I would have seen a video way back in the day of a guy on YouTube waking up, having a hot tub in the morning by the creek, having a peaceful moment, and then driving into a job and working for the day, if I seen this video, I'd have probably pulled the trigger on van life way back then, no questions asked. Especially nowadays, being connected out here with Starlink, you don't miss a phone call, you don't miss an evening meeting if you have one. This here is no different than living in my condo, except for I don't pay rent to sleep at night. I sleep in my van. Pretty much free, except for the cost of fuel. But I definitely know if I would have seen this video years ago, I'd have been doing this back then. That was a great morning. It looks like it snowed a little bit here last night. You can see it on here and on the top of my tires and all over the rooftop carrier. We're not going to go over the mountain pass on the way out. We're going to take the lower route. I was being a little lazy this morning when it came to packing up camp. So normally, because of the hot tub and stuff, you got to pack it all up nice and tight, make sure all the air is out of it so it fits in my rooftop carrier. This morning, because it's cold outside, I didn't want to fuss with it, so I legit just chucked it into the back of my van. I'm thinking I'll just deal with it after I'm done my day at the shop. Those are the parts you regret afterward. Listening to some old school 90s dance music right now. So awesome. Since the weather's all crappy outside today, there's a project that I've been wanting to start in the shop, and that is to put up the hexagon lights. And we're going to put the one together that's going up on the Vancity Vanlife side of the shop. So there's the Van Toy side, and then I've got my workbench side, which is for me. That's where the Mercedes should be, is parked over where the ambulance is. We got to figure out what we're going to do with that ambulance too, man. It's just literally a sitting dead weight right now. I could use the space inside the shop, so maybe we find somewhere else to store it. I can't store it outside because of the fiberglass will leak. because it's not not finished. Perfect, thank you. Crazy, they gave you a Timbit, buddy. Vancity Vanlife is proof that you can camp out in the backcountry all night long, wake up, have a hot tub, and still be at work by 8:30 in the morning. And check it out, we got a driveway we can park on now. So for those people who say you can't do van life because, well, you have a day job, well, look at this. I still get to work at 8:30. Man, I love that stuff. That's hilarious. It's so good, right? Imagine that. Imagine like you go to your day job and they're like, hey, how was your morning? You're like, oh, I woke up in the backcountry, had a hot tub, and well, here I am at work. I find that stuff so amusing. Oh, so good. And they got all the shingling and stuff done up there. The front of my shop is finally complete. I had the crew come out and bring some rock because they only put rock up to here. So I ordered a couple more dump trucks full of rock so we can rock this one all the way around the corner there. But that looks so, so good. Ah, this place is so fun. All right, crazy, come on and go inside. So welcome to the shop. On this pallet over here is all of the hexagon lighting that's going up there on the ceiling. This far side of the shop, we're gonna have to move the ambulance this week. This has to get out of here. It's having problems running, but either way, this thing has got to get out of here because we have a scissor lift coming in here so we can put the hexagon lighting above the Vancity Vanlife side of the shop. So this side of the shop is Vancity Vanlife, this whole bay, that's my bay. This bay is Van Toys, that's Van Toys merchandise stuff over there. But Daryl's gonna come by this week so we can make sure we can get this thing outside. I'm hoping that it's not really raining out there because it'll leak through all the fiberglass that's not done, all the holes that are in there. But this has got to be out of here for a few days. So fingers crossed to okay weather. But we're going to clean the floor in this bay because I'm going to be on my knees pretty much all day long. We're going to lay out the hexagon lighting that goes above that bay. The lights are 12 feet wide, 27.5 feet long. It's got the hexagon in the middle and then a border on the outside. I'm debating on doing the border or not and just doing just the hexagons in the middle. I'm thinking just the raw look of the hexagon on the outside might look better than a border with the hexagon in the middle. I'm not sure yet. We're wired in here for both. So how we wired everything is we got two switches left here. These two switches, one is to turn on the outside border perimeters of all the lights. The other one is to turn on the hexagons themselves. Turn them both on, both will be going. So the option here is I could do the both and choose the ones that I want to see, but I don't want that white border piece to look funny when just the hexagons are on. Like I don't want to look up and go, well, that's weird why those other lights aren't on. You know what I mean? Like, I think if we just do the hexagon in the middle with that raw hexagon pattern on the edges, I think it'll look slick up there. I think if we put the border on it and didn't turn the border on, it would look like the part of the lights were broken, you know? That's where I'm kind of, anyway. Anyway, we're gonna clean up this floor and we're gonna start laying this thing out and then maybe we'll put the trim on it and see if we like it or not. I have to do this one upside down so the lights are facing downwards, which will probably give me a false sense of what it would look like. I should actually do it light side up, but that is a huge piece to move around. So the plan was to build it face down, make sure it all works, and then Daryl is gonna weld up a frame for it, and then we're gonna lift the frame up, secure it to anchors on the ceiling with a scissor lift. Let's clean it. You know, I love being in this place just as much as I love being out in the bush. Crazy. So that's what it's gonna be like. But 27.5 feet long above each bay. 1, 2, 3. So in these boxes are all the connectors to connect them together, like cases of them, and then all the tubes. So the RGB ones that we have upstairs, the ones that we can change color, are directional. These don't say power in, power out. Where are these ones here? For upstairs? Yeah, input, output. Oh yeah, we have more of the ones we have upstairs by the entertainment area. 4 more. Our plan upstairs was to do 4 of them on the ceiling, so it would all kind of interlink together, but I never ended up doing that. So maybe we would do them down here or something. That's one of them right there. I don't know, might be kind of cool. Do all the white ones up here and then do some of the colored ones around. Look at this. Look how many there are. Yeah, I should have bought a connector so we can plug these in. The manufacturer of these says to do the power last. Well, when I did the RGBs, we did the power at the same time. That way we knew if there was a broken connection somewhere, we just didn't continue on. Then have to find where that broken connection was. I don't have everything in here to make a plug though. We can probably sacrifice an extension cord. I'm pretty sure there's some little ones in here. And we got a shorty in here somewhere. Come on, shorty. Here we go. Cool. Yo.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
The guys are at the gate. It's funny, they're still at the gate. I opened the gate, but they want to start on that building today. And they said, "Do you know whose the ambulance is?" And I said, "Yeah."
Okay.
So do you want a hand to move it?
Yeah, we might need to. I might just be able to put it into neutral and roll it backwards. All right, we got to move Amanda's ambulance out there, and it doesn't run. Something happened with it. They did some work on it in here, and then now it doesn't run. So Amanda did the front main seal on here, and then Lauren came out and finished it all off, and then as soon as you start it, the engine goes and keeps going as like someone's got their foot on the floor and not letting go. So I don't know if there's a pin broken or something broken, but this thing doesn't run at all. So we got to move this thing because they're demolishing this building. No. Come on, roll. Oh, baby. We're moving. Give it a little nudge. Forever, we'll just shove her down the yard. Thanks, man. It'll be cool to see that big old house out of here. That thing's been there since we got the shop a year ago. Oh, you know how sick that's gonna be with all those hexagons up there? So sick. All right. This is gonna be so much fun. Here's the drawing that Tress did of the shop. The hexagons in there aren't done to spec because they're like 10 squares long or something like that. There's a lot more in there, but that just gave me the idea. But I like the open look of the hexagon. So if we do it, there'll be a white border all the way around each square above each base. So Tress is gonna see if she can find that picture and then just re-sketch up that ceiling for me. And then if I don't like it, then we're gonna order more and go 4 rows wide instead of 3. All right, we're gonna use the markup tool in here and see if we can. Sometimes this really sucks. That looks pretty good. But in this picture here, those hexagons are really big. They're not that big in person. They're actually much smaller squares. But that might work out. But it could be like that. Like I could shut them off and turn them on, except for you'd see them. I love this little markup tool in my iPhone. It's so awesome. kind of like it with the thing around it. Let's see what Tress comes up with. That way I can get a real good visual. So Tress sent me that. I think we're gonna stick with doing the borders on them. Yeah, let's do that. Because it's kind of nice to be able to just turn just the borders on some days and all of them on other days. Let's stick with the original plan. One, two, three, four, five. There's still 6, 7, 8. 3 more to go. So still another section this big to be added to the end of that. All right, so now that I've got the flow of how all this stuff works, I'm gonna have to flip this upside down. As much as it looks cool this way, there's no way we can flip these upside down after that whole thing has been made. So what my plan here is to make one full one on the floor, upside down, get it all lined up perfectly, and then Daryl's gonna come in and weld up a frame all the way around it and then secure the frame to the LED lighting. Then from there, we're gonna put anchors on it, lift the whole thing right up there and anchor it to the ceiling. And it will be suspended from the ceiling just below the fans up there. So the fan will be behind the light. And I only have me here. Let me see if somebody's outside. I think one of the concrete guys is over there. I'm gonna go see if I can steal him. I've got some shirts upstairs. I don't know what we have now. When are you going? Yeah, I might have
He might actually subscribe to your channel after that.
Yeah? So I just need to flip this upside down.
Okay.
So we just need to kind of like work it together. So I think we should just hold it evenly in the middle. Because it does have some play to it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get the rhythm. I just wanted to get the rhythm of it before I.
Oh, it's gonna come apart.
Before I started to do it, because we have to do it upside down here because we're gonna build a frame to mount them.
Where does this one go?
This is gonna be twice as long.
Okay.
And above each day we'll have. It's cool. I like having neighbors around here all the time. It's nice when you need that little extra hand. Pretty sweet. Okay. Snapping these together is so satisfying. I just realized just now they have some shorter tubes. These ones don't fit together. I'm like, how is this narrowing? There's nothing on here that says anything about it on here. Same. I wonder if the short ones are for the perimeter. So I have a bunch of long ones there and a whole bunch of short ones here. Well, every box I was digging into, I kept finding box after box after box of short ones. So we made that with all the short ones. But apparently there's a whole pile of long ones. And I took to the diagram that they sent me, and they're from China, so there's not really that clear. And it looked like they showed that one as a long one. All it was a little bar that came down there, and it said the length of the long bar. So I don't know if they meant all those straight bars go long up to the middle, all the way across each of the middle ones, or if that meant this whole thing is made out of the long ones. From the factory, and they were like, oh no those aren't the lights for the big hexagons. The big hexagons are the longer bars. That'll give you the wider stance that you were looking for. I'm like, oh man, sometimes I wish things were better clear in the instructions and the pictures from the factories were a little bit better. or I just had the patience and time to sit down before a project and plan it out a little better. That's probably a way better answer. But anyway, it was super satisfying to watch this thing come together. Not as satisfying watching it come apart, but hopefully you got some kind of a satisfaction in this stuff. Anyway, crew, that's all I got. I was stoked that I got to wake up and soak in the hot tub this morning. I kind of wish my camp was still sitting out there in the bush and I could just drive back out there and sit back in that hot tub. Oh, that would be good right now. All right, y'all, keep your double V's up. I'll see you guys on the next one. Probably won't be a video tomorrow, but the next day, without a doubt. Peace out, y'all. I'm done. I'm done.